Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and tonight was a moment in wrestling. AEW Dynamite, live from San Antonio, brought you a main event of the ages. Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker. 1 year build. An 8-year odyssey culminated. Congratulations to the new AEW Women's Champion, Thunder Rosa, in her hometown, adopted hometown of San Antonio. Great moment, great main event. I thought this episode of Dynamite in particular was great. And it was great because one of my biggest issues with Dynamite, AEW in particular, was the pacing of their shows. It's either too much going on or not enough. I always feel like AEW just couldn't hit that sweet spot of consistently giving us well-paced shows. 1 week it would be awesome, and another week it'd be I feel like they found their sweet spot, and I think the reason for that...
Congratulations to Thunder Rosa to become the new AEW Women Champion. Please listen talk as Jericho with William Regal tomorrow or Friday, because it's awesome and sad podcast interview.
Thank you for the donation. It was definitely an awesome main event. I agree with you there. But I thought tonight's AEW Dynamite was well paced. In particular, the middle of the show. It felt like the matches were a lot longer, but they had a lot more meat to it. And the segments had a lot more going on. Honestly, and this is the best compliment I could ever give AEW, this felt like Black and Gold NXT. The way it was paced, yeah, it felt like NXT, which is an indication that perhaps a certain Sir William Regal had an influence on the show. Because yes, back then he was in charge of booking and helping out with the way things are made. So I'm just saying, Regal comes in and the pacing gets a little different, gets a different type of feel to it. Hey, I wasn't complaining whatsoever. I thought the crowd was hot the entire show because they had periods of time to breathe. It wasn't banger, 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 and then, oh shit. Now you're dragging yourself across the finish line. Nah, it was well paced. They put certain things in the middle of the show to help the crowd calm down, to bring them down a notch. So then when we got to the main event, they were all into it. So congratulations to AEW for finally, hopefully, finding their footing in terms of their pacing. I want to see it continue. I would love more shows like this. And hopefully William Regal is in fact having an effect on the show, because I think he could do great things for everybody. So we're going to break down Dynamite. We're going to just talk about the show from top to bottom, and then at the end, look at some wrestling news. There's a couple of topics I do want to talk about, but we'll get to those in a second. Namely, the MLW WWE lawsuit, where WWE ended up praising AEW just to kind of slight MLW because they're petty. They're petty like mud. So we'll talk about that at the end. But as always, I would like to thank you all for making me a part of your day as I come live on here during a time where multiple people are streaming. People who are better than me, of course. But you chose me, and I appreciate that. So my gratitude goes out to every single one of you. Let's pay some bills, and then we'll get to the live review. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all of my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Be sure you click that join button, join the membership today, and be a part of the ever-expanding brand by getting the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, and future. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alex Central. Also, give me a follow on Instagram and give me a follow on Spotify. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast. Get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalexworld@gmail.com for business inquiries just to say hi. And yes, get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. Get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt. But most importantly, get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. America, get the fuck kicked out of you by Thunder Rosa remix. T-shirt made by SJ Knox and Firestar Heart. All this down below in the description box. And also, let's give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, The Ridge. So we'll hear from them, and then we'll get to some shout out. Wait, does your wallet look like this? Well, I got just the thing for you. Check this out. Today's video is sponsored by The Ridge. Are you tired of traditional leather wallets wearing out? Are your phone cases cracking way faster than they should? Perhaps you're a minimalist and are searching for something more small profile. Well, The Ridge is here to help. The Ridge offers metal-plated wallets and phone cases that will last you a long time. Quality materials come in aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber, making it hard to damage and long-lasting. Its slim design allows you to carry it anywhere, even in the smallest of situations. Each variant has a strap or clip to fasten your money, as well as an expandable card holder that holds between 1 to 10 cards, including credit cards and IDs. Today, if you click our link and use the coupon code RAWCognizance, you can get 10% off your first purchase. That's ridge.com/rawcognizance and the coupon code RAWCognizance in all caps. Stop carrying worn down bulky wallets and flimsy phone cases. Get complete control of your belongings today by contacting The Ridge. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, so many super chats. Okay, so we'll do the super chats at the end. As always, be sure you like the video, because the more you like it, the more opportunities I will get to be recommended to other people and help grow my YouTube audience. Let's see here. What's wrong with you, Alex, with the t-shirt promo? Oh, you mean the get the fat kicked out of you by Thunder Rosa? Hey, come on now. That sells better. You know, blonde hair girls get their asses kicked by Thunder Rosa. I'm just saying. Just saying. Man, show some love to the moderators. Ultra Shot 97, Firestar Heart, Alyx, Demian, Godzilla Hawk, who help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you. And I'm just gonna start saying hello to the following people. We're just a little bit under 100 right now, and I'm expecting that to grow. Because again, I'm live while other people are here live, and that tends to happen. With someone like me, I kind of get the short end of the stick. Not bitter about it, but hey, I might get an appearance from Thunder Rosa though. Just never know. Thank you to the following people. The lovely Miss Teresita. Victor, ooh, this is a new one. Is it Victor Akeves? Victor Akeves. Close enough. What's up, Victor? Ethan. We got the Super Chat champion in the house, nicknamed Mai, who will be defending his belt at WrestleMania in a matter of, 2 or 3 weeks? Be ready, sir. The 808 Keone. We also got Malik Hiltz, had the wives, had the kids, Malik Hiltz. We also got Joe and Mom, Arredondo. Khalil does everything. Everything. Wrestle Spider. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? We also got Christopher Lloyd. Game. New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl. Nintendo Porn Company Conspiracy. Joseph Winters, Taryn Jones, Leo Melanio, Pittman's Pitt, Christopher Carter, JoJo. Joe. Great! Reginald Scott! Good to have you here, buddy. Rolando Sabio, Regito Boy, Chase 5677, The Beep Jr., Kurt Luttrell, Oscar Hernandez. We also got A-Rit, Adam Ritter. We got Nightthrax, who decided to show up out of nowhere, who's been missing on my streams, and he think I don't see him. Sir. Anthony Lad. And the last one's going to go to The Layer Productions. Good to have you all here. I'm going to play these super chats and then we'll go ahead and get to the stream.
Scorpio Sky Absolute Zero Reaction.
Yeah, that boy got no reaction whatsoever. But he is a great wrestler. And I'm happy he's my champion. But they just kind of looked at him like, who that? Hey.
That is what you are. Honey, you're my golden star. You can make my wish come true. If you let me treasure.
I'm so happy that William Regal is in AEW.
Absolutely, man. Breath of fresh air. And you can tell he has an effect on the show itself, too. So that also makes me very happy. Not just on screen, but behind the scenes.
I think the Lights Out match is still their best, but this gets very close.
Of course.
Super happy for Rosa, definitely deserved. Was getting tired of Britt.
Yeah, they got off of her right in time. It was starting to get stale. And they got it right off of her before it got stale. So I appreciate that. And nah, nothing's gonna top that Lights Out match. It's like Bayley and Sasha in their rematch when they had that Iron Woman match. Their match at Brooklyn is always gonna be better. But it's still an awesome match, for sure.
Please listen to Talk is Jericho with William Regal tomorrow or Friday to recap it.
Damn, Sam, you
because
already
I
asked
want
me.
to know what you think about it.
Sam, dude, you already asked me that. I said, okay, like, listen, Sam, maybe I'll just keep saying no so you'll keep donating. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Bruh, you already asked it. I'ma do it. Okay? You don't have to keep asking the same questions. I got you. I got you, Sam. I appreciate you wanting to know more about the other wrestling stuff, but I got you. Okay? Just trust that it's gonna be talked about. All right, wrestling fans, let's go ahead and move things forward. I'm looking at 100 people live. That's a good place to start. Let's go ahead and get to it. The match you want me to talk about, the match of the evening, the only thing people watch the show for, which is actually not true. You had the Hardys on here. You had Chris Jericho's new group, the Jericho Appreciation Society. You had Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley. You had Wardlow going for the TNT title. There was a lot happening on tonight's show. So I can't say that this was the only thing people was looking forward to, but it was the most important match. One of the most important matches in a long time. First ever women's steel cage match that felt natural, that felt like it deserved to be in a steel cage. Thunder Rosa versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Can we just take a second to appreciate Britt Baker? I thought easily she's one of the best champions we've had in a very long time. Damn, did she bring some prestige to not just that championship, but that division. This women's division has never felt this good. Honest to God, I think it's better. I really can look you in this. I can look you right in the eye, right through this camera, and tell you I think AEW's women's division is better than WWE's. By far, so much better. It's a lot more stacked. It's a lot more, has a lot more depth to it. You have a lot more characters. You have a lot more going on. This double championship division feels like it matters a lot more. And so many people are crapping on the women for years when it comes to AEW. Oh my God, the women's division is garbage. The women's division is garbage. Because they were all green. Most of the women that were featured on AEW TV had never been on TV before. So it had to take them at least a good year or two to get used to it. Same thing with Britt Baker. When she first got on TV, she wasn't lighting the world on fire. It took her some time to get there. But when she got there, god damn, Did she take off? Same thing with Thunder Rosa. Now, Thunder Rosa's been doing this for a while. She started wrestling in 2014. So this is her 8th year. Going on 8 years. But even before then, I mean, that was still a pretty early period of time for her. So it's really good to start seeing these women finally come into their own. And it helps to have veterans like Ruby Soho, and you got Athena getting ready to come in. You got others really bringing some light to this division. So it really does help to get veterans in here. However, I can't really say we've had a better champion than Britt Baker. And this is a division that has Serena Deeb, that's had Hikaru Shida, who I thought was a great champion too. You know, Britt Baker, she really, really set the bar high. The way she carried herself, the quality of matches, the character that she had. It's going to be a tough battle for Thunder Rosa. It's going to be tough. But I think if there's anyone that can top Britt Baker's reign and bring more prestige to that championship, it's Thunder Rosa. So, congratulations to Thunder Rosa, but thank you, Britt Baker. Thank you for what you've done, and you know what? The sky's the limit for her. Who knows what else she can do? What's to say she won't go after that TBS championship? Something to think about. Something to think about. But let's get to the match. I'm not going to go in order with the review. I'm going to go straight. I want to go straight to the main event. I thought the main event was awesome. The crowd was hot for it. Great crowd. Sold out San Antonio. So people that want to say Thunder Rosa can't draw, fuck you. This woman sold out whatever arena they were in. Sold it out. Really good. Love the entrances. Love that Britt Baker came out. Hey, yo, Chico. Say hello to the bad guy. Scott Hall tribute outfit. Love that. Then you got Thunder Rosa's entrance. Yo. Paying tribute to her heritage. Respect to that, man. But then the crowd saw her come out with the sombrero and the face paint, and oh man, it was good. It was awesome. I loved everything about that entrance. And man, when they got into that ring and that bell rung, like goosebumps. It's like one of the issues I have with WWE, and I'll get to Eric Bischoff. I want to get to him too. We're going to have a lot to talk about at the end here. But one of the issues I have with WWE is just their lack of long-term storytelling. On this exact same show last year, Thunder Rosa beat Britt Baker in a lights out match. They made us wait a full year. A full year. A year of failure, a year of triumph, a year of tribulations, trials and tribulations for Thunder Rosa. They made us wait a full year to get to this moment. And when you got to it, it's like nothing else mattered. Because I'll be real with you, it wasn't their best match. I feel like their match last year was their best, and even they would agree. There were a couple of moments in there where I feel like they were supposed to sell, but they didn't. You know, I literally saw Britt Baker crack Thunder Rosa over the head with a steel chair, and Thunder Rosa didn't sell it one bit. And I thought, okay, kind of weird. I think I saw, Thunder Rosa fell into some thumbtacks and didn't sell it. Like, she didn't sell the first bump. It was kind of weird. Like, the no selling was, maybe that was because they were rushing through their spots. I don't know. There was even a spot where Thunder Rosa jumped on top of Britt, and Britt didn't sell it one bit. It was kind of weird. I think Thunder Rosa was going for a frog splash. The camera didn't catch it. It was like, it looked like a frog splash, but she missed. But, you know, it looked worse because Britt didn't sell it. Regardless, I mean, she took a freaking bump on some chairs, though, so she was probably knocked out from that for about 10 seconds. She's like, fuck. I can't even move. Yeah, so my only issue with this match was the lack of selling. I feel like if you go back to their match last year, it was selling galore. They sold the fuck out of everything because they had to. You're not going to not sell thumbtacks. Whether you're falling on thumbtacks, you're getting your head stuck into steel steps, like the spots they were doing, you kind of had to sell it, whether you wanted to or not. Here you have some leeway to where if you didn't want to sell it, you didn't have to. So I can't give it an A or an A plus, but I can give it an A minus. If anything else, lower than, I'm not going to give it anything lower than a B plus. B plus, A minus, right there. Dave Meltzer wise, 4 stars, maybe 3.75, 4.25, you know, around that point is where this match belongs. Because it was a great match. But here's my thing. You can sit here all day and debate whether the match was a classic, an awesome match, whatever. It didn't matter. The moment is all people cared about. It was all about the moment. And I told y'all when y'all were mad and angry at Tony Khan for not putting the belt on Thunder Rosa at the pay-per-view, I said this was not the time for that. The time to do it is in 2 weeks. Aren't you glad you waited? Aren't you glad you wouldn't have gotten this moment if you had given her the belt at the pay-per-view? No. This match was all about the moment. It was all about Thunder Rosa's moment. And man, when Thunder Rosa pinned Britt Baker, when she got that 1, 2, 3 after hitting that, I don't know what that's called, the driver, was it Fire Thunder Driver? I was going to say Tiger Driver. Fire Tiger. Fire Thunder Driver, and pinned her 1, 2, 3, that crowd erupted. And she got her moment. That, to me, is all that matters. We can sit here all day and talk about spots and how it's supposed to look, how certain things don't look pretty. I want to go back to a match, and this is a match that I'm not saying is just as good as this one. If you think so, cool. One of the greatest matches I've seen at WrestleMania, The Rock and Hulk Hogan. If you go back and watch that match, there were a couple of spots in there that didn't look pretty. You know, Rock trying to rock bottom Hulk Hogan, I think he did it like 2-3 times. That first time or the second time, I'm trying to remember, one of those rock bottoms didn't look good at all. You know, there were a couple of spots in there that looked kind of clunky. But did you give a fuck? No, that is still a classic because of the crowd, because of the moment. Because you saw Hogan, brother, Hogan up against The Rock turning heel for a split second, and then Hogan going babyface. Just classic wrestling stuff. I don't give a shit what anyone says. That is a classic match. One of my favorite matches in WrestleMania history. Still go back and watch it. Anyone that disagrees, come on, Jim Ross, he beat Andre the Giant with that leg drop. You know what I mean? I think about this match the same way. That crowd popping at the end for Thunder Rosa. Her having that moment, the confetti falling on top of her, commentary going crazy for her. Jim Ross, new champion, new champion. That is what matters. You can't have that without everything else following it. You still need the match. You still need the promos. You still need the long 1-year build. But to create that moment is ultimately why we're here. And she got it. She got the moment. So quite frankly, I don't give a fuck whether or not Dave Meltzer gives his 5 stars. To me, it's one of the best moments we've seen in wrestling for a while. Because it involved 2 women with a rivalry that had a culmination, a 1-year odyssey. Well, a 1-year culmination for an 8-year odyssey, for Thunder Rosa. 8-year odyssey. Got her moment in front of the crowd, and I'm so happy for her. I am so happy for Thunder Rosa. And I'm going to text her. I'm going to message her when I'm done here, telling her how proud I am of her. Now, we got to understand something. Because a lot of people, especially wrestlers in the business, they get the championship and they get lazy. Here's why I'm excited for Thunder Rosa. I know who she is. I know how she is. She's going to work her ass off now. She's going to bust her ass from this day forward to make that the most prestigious championship. Now it gets fun for her. Now we get to see what she's all about. Because the best champions, when they get the title, they work harder. They grow. They get better. They elevate themselves into the division around them. So I'm super excited. Extremely excited to see what Thunder Rosa does. I think she is going to be an excellent women's champion. She has to be. It's not a matter of whether she wants to be or not. It's one of those things where, like she made history. She made history in more ways than one. Main event in AEW, in her hometown, winning the championship inside a steel cage match, Latino heritage. Like there's so much so much to talk about when it comes to history here. She has to be great. It has to be good. It's not one of those. It's not one of those cases where okay, she had a great moment. She had a great initial title run, but the run itself sucked. It can't be that way for her. It has to be great. It has to be great. Otherwise, why is she here? So I'm very excited to see what she does with that title. I think she's going to be a great champion. So we'll see what happens going forward. But yeah, I am, without question, very proud of her. I'm excited to see what they do with this championship. Just great storytelling. Just excellent storytelling all around. And thank you. Thank you to Thunder Rosa for what you've done. Look, if you guys don't mind, I know I said I would wait until the end of the show to talk about Eric Bischoff. Can I talk about him right now? Can we talk about Eric Bischoff? Because I don't think I can go on without getting this guy his due justice. Just letting him have a piece of my mind. Because I don't know what it is about people like Eric Bischoff where you say one thing negative. You hurt his feelings one time. You say one thing that's, even if it's true, but that paints him in a light where he doesn't know what he's doing. He goes out of his way to make you public enemy number one. Number one. And he's done that to Tony Khan. I don't know what the hell's going on, but ever since Tony Khan went out on public, what was it? The Busted Open Radio show with Bully Ray and was it Mark Henry and Dave Lagana, something like that. I'm trying to remember who else was Tommy Dreamer. You know, the Busted Open Radio show. So he went on there and he told the world that Eric Bischoff has no room to judge or critique AEW because Eric Bischoff failed. WCW went out of business, so he doesn't have any room to tell him how to run his business. Ooh. Ever since Tony Khan said that, Eric has been that bitter-ass girlfriend. Just straight up angry. Just picking fights, going out of his way to knock AEW. Recently on his podcast, 83 Weeks, he said something along the lines that AEW storytelling is worse than WWE's. And I just looked at him like, bruh, are you serious right now? I don't remember a single fucking storyline that WWE has built in a year. The last one, I guess, that felt like at least a full year storyline was The Rock and John Cena. But like recently, I don't think so. We did one for 2 years. The Kenny Omega Hangman Page storyline was a 2-year storyline. 2 years. So you got CM Punk and MJF. I just said one, Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. We just talked about one too, Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. And then we got other little storylines, mini storylines, long-term storylines, long-term feuds. We got one with Chris Jericho and Eddie Kingston that's clearly been going on. The dissension of the Inner Circle. What are you talking about? There are no storylines. What is he smoking? See, I can't take people seriously when they hold a grudge. I can't. And Eric Bischoff's been holding a grudge against AEW for the longest time. And all Tony Khan did was just tell the truth. Eric, you failed. You failed. You lost the war. You lost the war, buddy. The war that Tony Khan had with NXT, he at least won. Now look at NXT. We're having porn star segments on that show now. I'm not making that up. You saw a couple of women making out with men, ripping off their shirts, and I'm just like, hey, this is what we're doing for ratings? Cool. I don't know if that's the type of wrestling that will get you new people, but I'm pretty sure there's an audience for it. I'm joking, but you get what I'm saying. AEW, everything that they've done so far, they've come out with some wins, and just more and more wins. I heard that AEW Revolution got somewhere between 165 and 175,000 buys. That's 175,000 buys. Let me tell you how big that is. So when WWE was doing 8.0s, 9.0s, 7.0s back in the Attitude Era, the most people would spend, the most they would get people to spend on pay-per-views is at least around 250. That was the average. 250, maybe even 300. I think the ECW pay-per-view did like 500 buys, and then WrestleMania 28 did 1 million. That's the most bought. That so far, if I'm not mistaken, is the most highest purchased WrestleMania of all time. They got 1 million people to buy the pay-per-view, which is huge. But on average, they did 250. So AEW went from 90,000 the first year to 120 the next year. Now we're doing 165, 200,000. What do we call that? We call that growing. We call that progression. The company's growing. Why are they growing? Because they're telling stories. So Eric Bischoff needs to shut the hell up. He needs to put his panties back in his pants. He needs to get his panties unbunched. I don't know what the whole issue is right now, but it gets to a point with me where it's like, bruh, like you're holding a grudge for no apparent reason, and it's stupid. So yeah, he looks stupid. And he looks childish, and that's all I'll say about that. All right, let's play some more super chats, and then I'll go ahead and get to the rest of the show because I'm very curious to know what y'all have to say about Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker.
And Britt will blame Aubrey Edwards for her loss.
Oh, shoot, they might do a match. Wouldn't that be crazy if Aubrey Edwards and Britt Baker had a match? Like, we're at that point now where Britt Baker doesn't need the title, so she can do matches like that. And Aubrey Edwards having a match? Ooh, let's make that work. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. Dynamite review. Let's just start from the beginning and go all the way through. We open things up with a 6-man tag. Adam Cole and reDRagon, or the Undisputed Originals, defeated Hangman Page and Jurassic Express. There was some kookiness going on there. It had a lot of interferences and just unfair advantages. But sometimes you gotta cheat to make things happen. But regardless, yeah, Adam Cole and the reDRagon defeated the champ and the champs. The champs lost in a 6-man tag. So we're clearly going to be doing reDRagon versus Jurassic Express going forward. Ooh, do you give the belts to reDRagon? I feel like that's looking like what they want to do. It feels like they want to give Cole and reDRagon the belts, so then we can do Omega and the Bucks versus UO, the Undisputed Originals. So I'm cool with that. I'm not at all complaining. I thought the match was awesome. I thought the crowd was hot for it throughout the entire thing. I'm just not ready for Hangman Page to lose that belt yet. I had convinced myself that he was going to be a short-term champ, but now that he's a champion, and now that he's doing a great job with it, I don't want him to lose the belt. I know that's the point. You're not supposed to want him to lose. You want the person who beats him to have heat. But fuck. Let's not do this. Oh, man. So Keith Lee will be fighting, was it Max Caster on Rampage this Friday? Cool. He's still in the feud with Ricky Starks and Will Hobbs. Can't wait for that match with Will Hobbs. That's going to be an awesome match. They're doing a great job holding that off, though. Let's see here. Best friends. That would be Wheeler Yuta and Chuck Taylor lost to the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley. This new tag team made by William Regal. After the match, Wheeler Yuta walked away from best friends. Wheeler Yuta got in the ring with Regal and offered his hand to Regal, saying, dude, I want to join you. Yo, are we doing like a Regal dojo or a Danielson dojo? I'm not too sure what we're going to call it, but it's like a dojo with wrestlers who just want to show violence, because throughout the match, Bryan was kicking Yuta, and Yuta was just like, hit me again. You know what I mean? And it was he was feeding off of it, and I thought that was great. Seeing a vicious side, and when he showed that vicious side, the crowd was like, Yuta, Yuta, Yuta. So character progression, I like it. So it looks like we're building a stable now. We're building the stable. You're probably gonna get Yuta. You're gonna get Moriarty. What if you get Cesaro? I'm excited. I'm super excited for this mess, man. This is gonna be great. FTR talk about them firing Tully Blanchard, and then they meet the Young Bucks, and then they tease a match. Let's run that back. That would be pretty goddamn dope. I don't think Tully Blanchard's actually fired, though. I think it's a red herring. We'll see about that. Now, let's see here. Is it the Jericho Appreciation segment? Yeah. The Jericho Appreciation Society. So, I love this. I love that Jericho has once again reinvented himself. He is that prima donna Hollywood entertainer sensation. You know, that type of person where it's just like he needs someone to pamper him every 25 seconds. You know, he walks out, makeup, all that kind of stuff. But he has people praising him, telling him that he's great. And it's a complete deviation from who he was as Mr. A little bit of the bubbly. Now it's a prima donna, rock star sensation, Freddie Mercury type of personality. All purple gloves. Yeah, I love it, actually. I think it's great. He calls himself the influencer. He says he is no longer a wrestler. He is a sports entertainer. And they are here to beat the butts off of wrestlers. You even had Daniel Garcia get in the ring and say, I am not a wrestler. I am a sports entertainer. At first, he looked at Chris Jericho like, hold on, goddammit. Now, you're not going to be disrespecting the word wrestling, because I'm a wrestler. But then he turned to the audience and went, I'm an entertainer. And I went, that's good. That's good. And their purpose is to beat the bricks off of wrestlers. You already see where this is going. So, the entertainers versus Moxley, Danielson, more than likely Moriarty, more than likely Yuta, and then I'm assuming a mystery person? Maybe Cesaro. Ooh, that's good. I'm excited. Or it could be Chris Hero and Cesaro. Ooh, yo, I'm excited. So you already see what's getting ready to happen. Sports entertainment versus wrestling. Like, it's right there in front of you. I'm excited about that. I mean, the more I think about it, well, Eddie Kingston is in the feud with them right now, but eventually we'll have to move Eddie Kingston on because he's going to be a world champion soon, right? So we can't have him stay here. We got to keep him moving forward. Let's see here. I think next was the AEW TNT title, right? Just want to be sure I'm staying in order. Yep, it was. Scorpio Sky versus Wardlow. Now, everyone saw this one coming. I have an issue with this, and let me just get to it really quickly. My issue with this isn't that Wardlow lost. Everyone saw it coming. It was extremely predictable. So, and everyone even told me last week, like, MJF's going to interfere. And he did. And Wardlow lost and got his ass kicked. So, here's my issue with that. Because it was so easy to predict, it made Wardlow not look very smart when it happened. Because it's like, dude, everyone sees what's about to happen. Everyone knows that MJF is going to interfere. As soon as you saw Shawn Spears walk down the ramp, he should have just went, okay, where the fuck is he? You know, like, where the fuck is MJF? Where are you? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? You know what I mean? Like, where you at? No, he was just like, oh, I'm going to go to the outside. I'm going to stand right here. And I'm going to be like, come here. and then MJF got him from behind, and he lost. Didn't make him look very smart. Just saying. It would have been, and that's why I suggested instead that you had Wardlow win, and then have MJF come out, exercise the fact that he has a contract over him, and make him give him the TNT title. Like, that protects Wardlow. This, I gotta be honest, this wasn't the best booking for him. It made him look stupid. He didn't come across as a smart babyface, if anything else. He came across as someone who was easily gullible and easily fooled. And I don't want AEW to make a habit out of that. I don't give a shit that that's how it's supposed to be done. There are some things that you just can't keep doing over and over. It's just one of those things where as soon as I saw Shawn Spears come out, Wardlow should have been looking for MJF. But I will say this, when they teased Wardlow powerbombing MJF, the crowd almost lost their shit. Yeah, can't wait for that moment. That moment's going to be big. That's going to be a huge moment when he actually does powerbomb Wardlow. But yeah, I'm personally looking forward to seeing what they do with those two. I'm assuming there's a match between them at the pay-per-view. Double or Nothing. Should be nice. Wouldn't it be nice? Anyways, Jade Cargill basically saying she's looking for a lucky number 30. So I'm assuming that's going to happen next week. There are rumors that that's when Athena will debut. Ooh, Athena versus Jade Cargill. Can't wait for that one. That's going to be big. Hardy Boys, excuse me. The Hardys, they can't be called the Hardy Boys because that's copyrighted by WWE. So now they're the Hardys, defeated Private Party. Great match. Crowd loved it. Jeff Hardy got rock star receptions from the women. So lucky him. Although he's married. Anyways, great match. Yeah, I thought Private Party looked great. Hardy Boys are just as good as they've always been. After the match, you had AFO. That's Andrade's group now. Not the HFO, but the AFO. Andrade brought them out. It's basically the Bunny, the Butcher, the Blade, the Butcher. Private Party. They all circle around the ring. And then Sting and Darby Allin run out with a bat and a skateboard. And then you get this awesome shot with the Hardy, Sting, and Darby Allin. And I said to myself, Darby, you are the luckiest son of a bitch in the world. You are fucking lucky. And you have no fucking idea. That is awesome. That is fucking Darby and Sting. That is so good. That is so good. So, yeah, that was a great moment. That alone. So they're doing something right now with Chris Statlander. She took off her makeup. So she's doing a character change, which is interesting. I want to see where that goes. She just took off her makeup. She's not the alien anymore. Okay. Cool with me. I kind of like the alien gimmick, but I guess she's just taking it off. What's going to happen there? Who knows? We'll figure it out. Red Velvet's taking on Layla Hirsch. Layla Hirsch slowly ascending up that division. We'll see what she does. And then there's a lot of shit happening with the women. They're teasing one more match between Hikaru Shida and Serena Deeb. Oh, that's gonna be awesome. Oh, that's gonna be phenomenal. I can't wait for that match. I can't wait. I can't wait. There's a song that goes like, can't wait. I don't know the lyrics to the song, but can't wait. Yeah, something, 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 something. I think that's the rest of the show, right? Because I already talked about Britt and Thunder. Yep. All right. Well, again, it was a great Dynamite. I thought the pacing was well done. And quite frankly, if they do more of this, I think the shows are just going to get better and better. So, yeah, great episode of Dynamite. Let me know how y'all felt about it. So, as I said, we're going to close things off with a little report from MLW. So, just to get y'all up to speed, and let me find it really quickly because I want to be sure that I get the details right. I saw a little something on social media that WWE is dismissing their lawsuit with MLW. Yeah. So basically, it goes like this. MLW was suing WWE because they blamed WWE for stopping them from getting TV time. WWE would call the network that had, was it Vice TV? The Dark Side of the Ring network. It's Vice TV, right? Called Vice TV and said, hey, don't put them on the air. They trash. They trash, y'all. They real trash. They really, really, really trash. And WWE basically hindered the company. There it is. Hindered the company from getting any TV time, right? And so, rightfully so, MLW is like, yo, fuck you. That's cheating. We're not going to be doing that shit. Well, in response to the lawsuit, WWE got desperate. So we're going to read it here, and then I'm going to talk about it. So they made a response to the lawsuit, and it says here, WWE immediately went for the throat with their response by claiming that while MLW has claimed to be cutting-edge professional wrestling, the promotion has yet to acquire any major TV right deals since 2017 when the company was resurrected, even though other promotions, including AEW, have. Yo. It says here, and I quote, MLW styles itself to be an innovative startup in the professional wrestling world with cutting-edge storylines, but the complaint tells a very different story. Since 2017, MLW has attempted to sell broadcast rights for professional wrestling content to television broadcast networks, cable networks, and streaming services. In that time, MLW alleges that a new entrant, here comes a new challenger, All Elite Wrestling, exploded onto the scene and quickly captured a contract to sell broadcast rights for its professional wrestling program Dynamite to Warner Media for a whopping $43.8 million, which is a lot of money and good on AEW. So I like this comment right here because this is exactly how I feel. It says here, WWE having to praise AEW and give them credit just to dunk on MLW, and the response to their lawsuit is downright hilarious. But we're not competition, right? So it's crazy to me that WWE is saying all of this stuff about MLW, basically saying they can't get on TV. If they think they're all that good, why haven't you got a TV deal? When it's clear that you're the reason why they haven't gotten a TV deal. You've gone out of your way to make things harder for them. So don't give me that BS that that we are not good enough. Clearly we are, and clearly we can get TV. And I've seen, and I do watch it because Alicia Too's on there. She's hot. But don't tell her I said that. Anyways, I do watch it because you had Dario Cueto on there. You had some Lucha Underground people. Freaking Mira Muertes, King Muertes now is on there. Other Lucha Underground people, or other Lucha Underground personalities. So I do tune into it here and there. But I gotta be honest, the wrestling is great. They don't really have anything that helps them stand out, if that makes any sense. They don't, their presentation doesn't feel must see. And that's the same issue I have with companies like GCW as well. Because GCW, when I first started watching it, it was cutting edge. It was cutting edge. It was straight up violent wrestling. Reminded me of ECW. Didn't hold anything back. Didn't shy away from it. This is just how we are. And then when they got the pay-per-view, what got them to the dance, they just stopped doing. And the guy that's running the show, forgot the owner of GCW, his response was, well, I had to do what I had to do to make the people happy. Like, we got on pay-per-view, so that's what matters. No, dude, like, you got on pay-per-view, you got on a platform where millions of people can see you, but then you didn't give them the right product. The product you gave them was just another watered-down version of, well, AEW. And I think that's the issue here. The issue here when it comes to companies like MLW and companies like GCW is that as great as they are, they don't stand out. They don't stand out. Does that mean MLW can't have a TV deal? 1000% not. I truly believe that WWE sabotaged them. Because this whole idea that Vince likes competition, Vince doesn't like losing. Vince already has us breathing down his neck. Vince already has people like me continually giving him shit. But now here's an AEW. Here's a New Japan Pro Wrestling over here. I go over there and I praise him. I say their company's better than you. That's why he killed NXT. He killed NXT not because he thought it wasn't good or he wanted to make it better. No, he purposely made it shitty because he didn't like the fact that people were saying NXT is better than the main roster. NXT was the real WWE. He didn't like that. He hated that. It was true as well. The bigger stars, the people who actually mattered more were on NXT, and everyone knew that. Everyone knew that. The Velveteen Dreams, the Tommaso Ciampas, the Garganos, the Adam Coles, the Keith Lees. Basically, all the people in AEW now. The Swerves. Yeah. They were all better. They were all on NXT. So, Vince saw MLW as a potential person that can take his stock market, and he killed it. He couldn't kill AEW because AEW had a billionaire, and it's not that he had a billionaire. He knows better that if he tried to pull that shit, Tony could sue him, and he would win, because Tony has money. The guy who owns MLW doesn't necessarily have as much money. So what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just crazy. It's funny to me that WWE would praise AEW under certain circumstances if it required them not to look so bad. You know what I mean? But yeah, AEW is not competition. Let's just go with that. All right. So I think that's it. We don't got much else to talk about here. I want to spend the rest of the stream talking about Thunder Rosa. So live chat, you have the floor. Once again, the live chat's not showing up because I took it away, but it'll appear in just a second. See, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes when I go away from the live chat, it just deletes the whole thing, which is stupid. That's Streamlabs. I don't know what's going on there. But what y'all in here talking about? The 808 Keone says, Triple H joins AEW one day, calling it now. Man, I'll tell you what. If AEW does get Triple H, that will be the moment I say, I think WWE is going out of business. Because that's a massive investment. You already got the billionaire, someone who has more money than Vince McMahon. You get Triple H in there, you get an actual locker room leader, an actual boss that can help run the day-to-day operations, and Tony Khan can just chill. Man, it's over. It's over after that. Okay, well, y'all can ask me some questions. Discuss Candice LeRae's contract. Well, I'm not going to say much right now until it expires, because I don't even know when her contract expires. I heard it expires in the spring, and right now they're saying she's not going to resign and it's not going to be frozen. So she will be gone from WWE, which makes the most sense. Might as well let her leave. Don't hold her hostage just to spite Gargano. But we'll get more details about that later, and we'll talk about it then. Let's see. Mary Weber. Alex, how are you? You've been talking about me, I hear. I'm back, so say it to my face. Well, Mary Weber, how you doing? We've been talking about if you was gonna donate $3,000 like you said you would. So we sitting here like you skeptical. Yeah, I'm saying it to your face. Do you have enough to take the championship away from nickname Mai? Yeah, that's right. I'm talking to you, Mary. Mary Scary. Are you scary, Mary? Don't know why I did that, but yeah, I'm saying it to your face. Anyways, Curious Millennial 90. Alex, what's up, man? How's your night going, bro? Bro, I am blessed and highly favored. I am blessed, highly favored. I'm doing great. I won't say I'm having female issues, because your boy doesn't have female issues, but I had a little hiccup with a little relationship of mine, and I don't mind giving y'all some details. I won't tell you who it is. I won't tell you who it is, though. So, it goes like this. A little hiccup. I was supposed to take this girl out for the rodeo, because it's rodeo season here. And, you know, we planned it months ago. And we were supposed to go out and get some tickets. And we said we wanted to go see Khalid. At first I thought it was DJ Khaled, but it was Khalid. So, it was Khalid, and she wanted to go see Khalid. I said, cool. Usually I would buy her tickets and I'd go, but homegirl was being flaky as hell, and homegirl said, nah, we just friends. So, here's the thing with that. We just friends, but then homegirl wants to start talking about sex. Homegirl wants to start telling me her favorite dick size, where she likes to have sex, the most secluded place she likes to have sex, how long she can go, the best places, you know, what gets her off and stuff. Like, she went into detail, right? So homegirl's really comfortable with me, but we want to be friends, which is cool. You want to be friends with me? I'm cool with that. We can be friends. We can be friends. We can be friends. But if we friends, you paying for your drink. You paying for your stuff. You paying for your ticket. If we friends, we'll be friends, but we equal footing, right? Now, if I was your man, I would have been got your tickets. And I would have come to pick you up. We would have gone. But since you want to be friends, hey, cool. We friends. So, when you gonna buy your ticket? So all of a sudden, I put that boundary there. Now she wants to be flaky. Now she wants to be like, I'll get my ticket tomorrow. I'll get my ticket tomorrow. I'll get my ticket. I'll get my ticket. So 2 days before, I text her, so you got your ticket yet? And then she said,
Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. Now that I got your attention, thank you for all you do for us. I hope AEW lasts for decades to come. Like Veer.
Ha! This guy. Thank you for your donation, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, let's get back to the story. So now she's flaky. 2 days before, I'm like, you're gonna get your tickets. You better get it now because they might sell out. Like, it's almost sold out. And homegirl texts me, I don't see any tickets, so I guess I'm not going. So then I go to the website to look up tickets, and I said, there are tickets left. And then she goes, well, I don't see any cheap tickets. Y'all, there were $38, $40 tickets on that. $38, $40 tickets. What is cheap to her? You know what I mean? Like, cheap. Like, that's as cheap as it gets. I don't know what you're talking about, because the rest of the tickets were like 100 something bucks. So now I'm just kind of side-eyeing her. Now I'm just kind of giving her that, you know what I mean? That eye, like. So, long story short, I just basically said, look, if you want me to pay for these tickets, just ask. Just ask, because it's clear to me that you're trying to bait me into paying for the tickets. And then she decided to get angry. Well, she didn't get angry at first. Then she's like, well, I'm working right now, so I'll let you know later. All right. Left her alone. I don't hear from her for a day. So now, and so after a while, I'm just like, this girl's really, really, she's playing games. So, okay, I leave her alone, and then the next day, which was yesterday, I text her. I'm like, yo, like, are we getting these tickets or not? Cause like, dude, it's tomorrow. We've been holding this off for long, and I feel like you're wasting my time. Now I'm angry. Now I'm actually getting kind of upset. You know what I mean? So now she starts having an attitude like, well, you're up here blowing up my phone. I'm like, cause now I'm like, what do you mean blowing up your phone? I ain't blowing up your phone for nothing. We said we would get tickets. I am trying to know if we're going or not. If you don't want to go, say it. Guys, one thing about me that I don't understand. I hate when people are not upfront with me. If we said we're going to go to the rodeo and you just decide you don't want to go, fucking tell me. Fucking tell me and we're good. Yo, hey, I'm not feeling it right now. I don't want to go to the rodeo. Can we do something else? Or like, I don't know, maybe you just looked at the lineup and went, yo, for real, Alex, this year's rodeo is garbage. I don't feel like going. Let's do something else. Cool. If it was someone I wanted to say, I'll just go myself. But she was like flaking on me. And I called her out. I said, look, if you didn't want to go, just say it. But you flaking out on me right now, and I don't appreciate that. So I said she was flaky. And then she got angry at me and said it was all in my head. And now I'm like, look here. Listen here. I'm going to leave you alone. When you ready to own your shit, then we can talk. Because you're the one that lied and said there were no more tickets. You're the one being flaky and telling me that you're going to get your tickets and then not getting your tickets. You're the one saying I'm blowing up your phone when I'm really not. And you're only saying that because I called you out in your shit. I don't like being held up like that. I don't like my time being wasted. I don't like being strung along. If you don't want to go, fucking say it. You know? So, I just figured, and Miss Teresita said it straight up. She's not that into me. It's clear that she's not into me. She's not interested. What I don't like is she's dragging me along. I think a girl who's not interested in me would at least be respectful enough to be like, you know what, Alex, I appreciate it, but I'm going to have to say no. You know what I mean? So, I can't do it. I haven't texted her since. I ended the conversation saying, hey, when you ready to actually take this relationship seriously, whether it's friendship or whatever the hell you want it to be, you let me know. I can't deal with the flakiness. And I haven't talked to her since. Man. My boy Tony Lopez says, Alex, she's potato flakes. Add flour, add water. I love it. I hate it, man. I hate it. I see these questions being asked to me. I'll get to them in a second, but I have to tell you that story. Anthony White, I hate it when females play these types of games. They want to beat around the bush and don't be transparent or honest. I hate it too. I can't deal with it no more. And then, yeah, Mr. Krabs is right. Like, if I was the one to do it, if it was the guy doing that, y'all would shit all over me. Right? So, no, she doesn't get a pass. Mary Weber says, blocker. Layer production. So women don't like being called out on when they being flaky. But, all right, well, I don't give a damn. They being flaky. I don't like y'all. Let her know. I love that G-Rock 44, like, she from Third World, huh? Probably. But yeah, that's my story. Okay, fine. People's been asking me about some stuff. Your thoughts on guys like The Miz and the Mysterio showing up at NXT? What else is there to say except what I said in my NXT stream, that NXT is becoming not WWE, but it already kind of is. It's becoming ECWWE. Just a place where it started out as talent, talent that was meant for, growing, a place for growing talent and making people better. And then it just turned into just a place where they didn't know what to do with this talent, so you sit them down to NXT. And that's what's happening. Now they're taking the Mysterios, now they're taking Miz, now they're taking Ziggler and Rude, people they don't know what to do with on the main roster, and just rip NXT. That's what's going to happen. That's where they're going. Now you're going to start seeing women, probably Aaliyah, come back to NXT. You're going to start seeing Xia Li come back to NXT because they don't know what to do with them. And that was the issue. ECWWE was supposed to be literally just ECW, but under a WWE umbrella. But it eventually got to a point where it just started feeling like a WWE show. A good WWE show, but another WWE show. So, yeah, I didn't like that whatsoever. Is there any more women you want AEW to sign besides Athena? Yeah, Taya Valkyrie, Mia Yim. I feel like everybody else has either been taken up or they're not really interesting right now. I saw fucking Trish Stratus taking a picture with Britt Baker. Like, that's a match I would pay good money to see. That would be phenomenal. Kairi Hojo came back recently. She'll be wrestling later on this month. And I think next week, as a matter of fact. She should come in and have a match. That'd be great. So many other things we can do. Sean Swabby, I asked her out. I asked a girl out once. She said, I don't know. Ooh, those are the worst ones. Those are the worst ones, dude. Listen, I would rather a girl look at me and go, no, but I'll be your friend, than the girl that goes, I don't know. I don't like flakiness. Anthony White, women in general hate accountability. I don't think that's true. Or whenever they get called out on something, but when they try to be right to make themselves look better. I don't know if that's true. I mean, ask the women here in the live chat. Ask Teresita. Ask Miss Mary Weber. Ask New Japan Pro Wrestling girl. Like, ask the women. I don't think that's true. Let's see here. Do you think you're gonna going to Twitch or staying on YouTube? And do you play football? I don't play football. I don't have the body for it. I have asthma, so I wouldn't be able to do sports anyways. Do you think I'll ever try out Twitch? I tried out Twitch before. I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. Didn't work out for me. So, yeah. Was there any more other questions? I'm very curious to know what else y'all been asking me. I'm gonna go ahead and go back and see what y'all been up to here. I do want to catch all your questions, because I see a lot of people just wanting to know my thoughts on things. What's the average someone can go? You mean in the bed? I don't know. Is that a question does that question even get asked often? A couple of hours, I guess. A couple of hours? 1 or 2? Okay, here's a good answer. We can go as long as the girl's not sore. Once the girl gets sore, that's when it's time to stop. So, what's the average time for a girl to go before they get sore? That's the real question you're asking. Well, I don't know that question. You'll have to ask the girls. But, a couple of hours. I think those are the only questions y'all asked. I think we're good. Yep, I don't see any more questions. So, tell y'all what, thank y'all for being here. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. So once again, just to kind of update what's happening for the rest of the week, there will be a SmackDown Rampage stream this Friday. Then I think that's going to be it for this week. Then next week, we got Raw, SmackDown, Raw, Rampage, SmackDown, and then the WrestleMania preview next Sunday. And then the week of WrestleMania, which is going to be extremely busy. Like, that's going to be one of the busiest weeks I've done. That's going to be super. I think I'll be doing a stream practically every day. Raw, and then, I'll skip Tuesday, but Raw, then not Rampage, Dynamite, and then I think Thursday is Q&A, or whatever stream that's going to be. Then Friday is SmackDown Hall of Fame, Taker Hall of Fame, and then of course Saturday is WrestleMania Night 1 and then WrestleMania Night 2, and I'll be up here for both of them. So yeah, it's gonna be busy, busy. So be sure you join me for both of those things. And of course, if anything crazy happens in between and I have to come up here and talk about it, like Cody Rhodes, we'll do that. But yeah, other than that, y'all, the only thing that's to come this week, tomorrow, is Cody Rhodes What Fans Want versus What Corporate Wants. I already teased that on my social media. It's already uploaded, so just set your reminder for that. It is part 1. It's a 2-parter, just so you guys know. So that's part 1. Of course, it has to be part 1 because we don't know where Cody's gonna go. So part 1 is just to talk about like what's he gonna do, and then part 2 is what happened. So part 1 it comes out tomorrow. So see how that one goes. But yeah, like that's coming out tomorrow. Be sure you give that some love. I'm very curious to know how that will do. Yeah. Other than that, thank y'all for donating. If you want to continue to donate, do it on Cash App, do it on Venmo. Oh, one last thing. I just remembered what I want to talk about. So my Kickstarter ended today. Now, I didn't reach my goal. Unfortunately, because I didn't reach my goal, they didn't send the money. They basically just decided not to charge any of y'all and just reversed your donation. So if you sent me some money from the Kickstarter, it didn't go through. It went back to your bank account, or is going back to your bank account. If you still want to donate, if you still want us to have that, and I mean us, I mean me and Tim from Raw Cognizance, just send it over. Cash App, send it over Venmo. You know, it is what it is. I didn't realize Kickstarter was that stingy where it was just like, they still have to donate. I mean, you have to reach your goal to get your money, and we didn't reach it, so it went right back to y'all. So again, that's something if y'all want to give back. Just go ahead and give it through Cash App, and I'll take it. So yeah, thank you to those who did pledge. I don't see it as a failure. I see it as an indication for where we are, and that's good. That's good. I'll take that any day. But thank you to those who did donate. I hope you guys are doing great. I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alex's World. You guys take it easy. Please take care of yourselves and be kind to one another. I'm about to get out of here because I'm tired. But, yeah. Stay tuned for more right here in Alex's World. A safe space for wrestling fans like you.